What is going on, everybody? Back at you with your host and Move the Chains podcast, Sam McIntyre. How we doing today? Big game tonight, Dolphins, Bills. I'll touch on that in a second. But just a great week of football. A lot of these games I'm looking at, just insanity. Huge game tonight. I'm excited. Bills, Dolphins in division rival. That's going to be on the docket first game. So in this episode today, I'm just going to go over my picks. Who I think is going to win, who's not. Hopefully I do better than 7-9 last week. I didn't realize I didn't do too terrible. Hopefully we can get on the winning side of those picks and do a better job this week. So my first game is what I just mentioned off the top, Bills-Dolphins. I usually lean with the Bills. Josh Allen has had crazy games into Miami. They have not had an answer to stop him. I wouldn't either. I heard this today that if you're trying to build your team, you got to stop Josh Allen. I don't know how you do it. He's Brett Favre mobility. But tonight, I think it's in Miami, in that heat. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. And then my second game, Saints-Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. They're at home. I know the Saints won 47-10, but it was against Carolina. I'll never pick the Panthers again in my life. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Buccaneers-Lions, rematch of the wild card game last year in Detroit. I'm going to go with the Lions at home. That crowd is raucous. I was there last year when they played the Raiders. Unfortunately, I was on the losing side of it. I'm going to roll with the Lions. They get that dub. Very hard physical football game in that, in my opinion. Colts-Packers. Listen, both these teams need a dub. Jordan Love being out. If I'm the Packers, I keep running right at the Colts like they had issues with last week. But I'm going to roll with the Colts in Lambeau. I just think it's a better game this week. Jets-Titans. Jets get the win against Tennessee. I'm pulling for Will Levis. That's going to be a great quarterback matchup. Levis, old gun versus young gun in that game, but I'll go with the Jets. They're going to get on the winning side of that. 49ers-Vikings, a rematch of last year's Monday Night Football game where Kirk Cousins was just on a tear. He looked like Peyton Manning, just surgical. Bing, 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 bang. But I'm going to go with the 49ers. I don't know how that front's going to hold up against Nick Bosa and those guys for the Vikings. I'm going to go with the Seahawks over the Patriots. That was a fluke win last week. I said that last week for the Patriots. I'm going to roll with the Seahawks in this one. Too many firepower for the Patriots to cover up. Giants-Commanders. I almost felt like not picking this game this week, but I'm going to roll with the Commanders. I just think they need this win. The Giants are just a mess. I've already got them written down for top 5 pick in the draft. To me, they need to get this season over with. If I was them, I would keep Dayball and get rid of everybody else. So that's that pick. Chargers-Panthers, easy one for me. Chargers. They win this one. We'll see what happens, but that offensive line for Carolina is going to have a hard time with Bosa and Mack on both sides, and then they're going to bring Derwin James off the corner. That blitz-happy kind of Baltimore Ravens-esque disguising defense that Jesse Minter's bring over, obviously with Michigan from Harbaugh's staff. Was in the Baltimore Ravens, and now he's in the Chargers. Browns-Jags, both these teams need a dub, but I'm going with the Jaguars. They need this win badly. They got to get that bad taste out of their mouth. They were up 17-7 against Miami, and then that fumble by Etienne at the goal line kind of changed the momentum, and they never got that momentum back in the second half. Raiders-Ravens, I said this before a couple days ago. I'm rolling with the Ravens. I love you, Raiders, but this is a hard matchup for you. Ravens are pissed off, angry. M&T Bank Stadium's going to be rocking. I'm with the Ravens. They're going to get their first win of the year. Rams-Cardinals. I got the Rams. Too much firepower for Arizona. There's going to be a close game. Kyler Murray's a very fun player to watch. I'm not a fan of him personally, but as a talent, he's very fun to watch. But I'm going to roll with the Rams. Steelers-Broncos is a hard pick for me to do, but I'm going to roll with the Steelers. To me, Bo Nix's going to have a hard time. This offensive line looked weak last week in Seattle. But this is a better, really good defense in Pittsburgh. TJ Watt's going to come flying off the edge at every other angle. I don't know how you're going to block him. So I'm going to roll with the Steelers. Bengals-Chiefs, rematch. This game can go either way. I think it could be a close game like it's been the last couple times they played the AFC Championship games. Or I could see it being just an absolute beatdown in Kansas City. But I'm going to roll with the Chiefs in this one. I just think there's better firepower. And until Cincinnati can get out of this funk that they are in early seasons, I just think it's too much for them to handle. I don't know how they're going to block Chris Jones. Bears-Texans, I got the Texans. Caleb Williams looks awful so far. And we'll see what happens. I'm not trying to write him off yet, but I tried telling people this is what you get. The accuracy problems he had at USC, he has it now. It's going to be a harder task. You got to play that in Houston. And then last pick for me, Falcons, Eagles. I'm going to roll with the Eagles in this one. We know what Kirk Cousins is. On prime time, he shrinks. He's like the Joel Embiid of the NFL. He just, every time the big game lights come on, he shrinks. So, those were my picks this week. I hope I do better than 7-9 last week. Hope you guys like my video today. Leave some comments, subscribe. I got a YouTube page up. Just do whatever you guys want to do. Subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to branch this thing out even wider. Hope you guys have a great day. And like I said before, leave comments below. Share it to your friends and have a great day.